Welcome back to From the Flightline. I'm Joel Gilly, and I am joined by a very special airman today. Go ahead and start off by telling me what your name is.
So I'm Reid Mcguire.
Reid. And what do you do at Seymour Johnson?
So I'm in the contracting office.
Okay. Yeah. I've also got to ask you what your rank is, because that's important.
Oh, so I'm a first lieutenant.
First lieutenant. So what do you do at the contracting office?
So basically any supplies or services that go on the base comes to our office, and we actually buy those for the base.
Really? That seems like a very important part to the mission.
It is, yes.
And so what's a typical day like for you? Like what kind of stuff are you buying?
So originally I started off when our supplies flight, and basically I was buying stuff from office furniture to stuff for the pilots. So I mean, really a wide range of stuff.
Wow.
And now I work in our construction flight, where I'm doing pretty much any project that can be for a parking lot all the way to hangars. And we really just kind of deal with everything, just making sure that we kind of translate what the military needs to what contractors can understand and get done. And then also back from contractors to the military guys. Again,
very important part to the mission. I mean, without that department, things wouldn't get done on the base. Things wouldn't get purchased for the base, right?
Pretty much,
yeah.
Yes. But I mean, we work with we have a huge team of people we work with.
Yeah. So what brought you, let me backtrack a little bit. What brought you to the Air Force?
So I actually went to the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, so that's kind of how I got in.
Yeah.
It's just 4 years there, and then you commission at the end of it. And actually my sister was the reason I joined.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have any experience with the Air Force or military until she went in, and then kind of seeing what she was doing in the path she was on, I was like, that looks awesome and kind of like what I want to do. So I kind of just followed her footsteps, went to the academy, and then now active duty for 2 years.
And she is Air Force as well?
She is. She's currently a captain in the reserves.
Okay. So at least there's no family drama, at like Thanksgiving, because you're both Air Force, right? There's no fighting there.
Well, not twins, but my younger brother is doing Army ROTC.
So
he's the
man,
one out
yeah. So he's just still going to get made fun of.
Of course.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah. And so you saw her and you went in right after high school, I assume. And so she was already in. You're like, that looks pretty cool. I'm going to do that.
Absolutely, yeah. So she actually commissioned the year I went to the academy.
Oh, nice.
So we kind of like did a quick turnover of, me going to the academy and her going to active duty.
Yeah. So you didn't have to deal with her too long on campus, right?
Not at all, which is great.
That's awesome. And so after you got out of the academy, what brought you to this role in this position?
So I actually knew I wanted to do contracting from the beginning. It's very business oriented,
and
I was a business major, so I knew I kind of wanted to be in this world. And then Seymour was on my list, and we kind of say, hey, we want to go to these places, and they say, hey, you're going to go here, and we say, all right, and that's how I ended up at Seymour.
Awesome. And that's cool that's something that you're now doing, the role that you came in wanting to do, right?
Yes, which is for some people it's not rare, but a lot of people do not get to do that. So I'm pretty lucky that I got my first choice.
Yeah. What are your plans for the future? You staying in a while, or are you gonna get out?
That's my plan. To stay in, honestly, as long as I'm enjoying it and get to kind of do cool stuff and serve. I want to keep it going.
More schooling on the way?
I hope so.
Yeah?
Yes.
You got that MBA coming up, right?
It's hopefully going to go for a master's.
Yeah.
I mean, the Air Force, they give you so many opportunities and offer to pay for stuff to keep your education. So I'm like, why not?
That's why I always ask that question, because I'm sure a lot of people know it, but some may not. That a lot of that schooling is taken care of when you're in the Air Force. But the nice thing about the position that you're in is great transfer over to a civilian position outside, right?
It is, which we actually have a lot of people. So half my office is actually civilian.
Oh, so there you go.
We're pretty much split. Yeah, I mean, we have people who go straight from the uniform to the civilian world. We had one guy over a weekend. He was in uniform, then he was in civilian clothes doing the same job.
That's great. Where are you from originally?
So I live in Douglasville, Georgia.
Okay, so not too far. You still get to go home every now and then?
I do, yeah. So it's nice being this close to family, especially coming from out west, where I didn't get to see them quite as much.
Yep. And how was that? I'm sure that the transition from Georgia to North Carolina wasn't too terribly crazy, right? Similar climates, right?
Pretty much, yeah. It's humid, hot, so yep, well, I was used to.
That's great. And Seymour is your first base, right?
It is.
Okay. How do you like it so far?
So I love the base and the people. I had to get kind of used to the area. I love how close it is to the coast, and then going over to Asheville with
Oh,
the
yeah.
mountains. So I love how it's like central to everything you can do.
That's a good point. In your spare time, what do you like doing?
So I like to exercise, play sports. That's kind of a big part of my life. And then movies and books.
Favorite sport?
Ooh, that's tough. I'd probably have to say basketball.
Is that favorite sport to play too?
Play and watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of movies?
Pretty much anything.
Yeah.
I love the Marvel movies, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm really enjoying the Endgame coming out, the Spider-Man, so I've really enjoyed that.
I got you.
Yeah.
And I've got to ask too, on base, involved in any clubs or anything? Have you done the club thing yet?
I have. So I'm actually a part of a group called OCF. So it stands for Officer Christian Fellowship.
Nice.
And basically, have you heard of FCA?
Yeah.
So it's basically the same thing, just kind of focused more towards officers, active duty. It's kind of a little community we can be a part of.
That's really cool. I like to ask that question because, you know, with the Make It Better campaign that was around, and there's clubs for everybody. So I just like to hear about the different clubs that go on base.
I mean, they have stuff for everything.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So if you could put yourself back as a high schooler sitting there, you have no clue what you want to do with your life, what would you kind of give me, like a Spark Notes version of what the Air Force has done for you in your life?
It's done a lot. So I grew a lot at the academy just from, being disciplined. You have to go pretty fast because, you go from a high schooler to, hey, so in 4 years you're going to be kind of defending the country and you're going to be in charge of people, be in charge of people your age. And so it taught me, hey, you kind of have to get ready to take care of people who are going to be in your same stage of life, but you got to be there for them and, give your time, be willing to sacrifice, extra time to be there and make sure that they can, they're taken care of.
I should have asked this question earlier, but I think you're probably the first person that we've had that's gone through the academy. So can you talk to me a little bit about that process? I mean, for somebody who I have no clue about the academy, is it like a college? You apply to it like a college? How does that work?
Yeah, so actually I actually hadn't heard about the academy until my sister went, and most people I talked to really haven't heard about it. So basically there's 3 commissioning sources and the academy is one of them. And so they take about 1,000 kids every year.
Okay.
And so it's a 4-year process. It is paid for, which is awesome. So no school debt.
Yeah.
And while you're there, basically you're getting education. You have to be involved in some kind of physical activity. We still have kind of fitness standards we have to meet every year. And then also there's military aspects. It's kind of structured like a wing is.
Yeah.
So there's positions at every level we call them cadets. So they get kind of that experience as they go through schooling. And as you move up and get closer to your senior year, you start putting in jobs, you put in your base. We get to do immersion programs for language. We get to go, everyone goes to a base during the summer to get immersed in like active duty culture. I actually got to do the jump program, so they have a program where you can skydive on your own. And so they can fly planes, gliders. So it really is just like an environment where they're just trying to grow these officers to, any path they want to choose, they get like a taste of it before they actually commission.
And I guess the academy is good too because you're not only getting your degree in business, but you're also, like you said, you're learning that Air Force way before you're just dumped at a base, and having to learn it there, right?
Exactly. Yeah, we usually know a lot of the verbiage. We kind of speak the language.
Yeah, the lingo.
And get out. Exactly.
That's great. Still skydive any?
Not anymore.
No.
Yeah. Got a little. Yeah.
Gave that up.
Yeah, did it once. I was like, all right, I'm good.
I've got that. I'm good. Mm-hmm. You're out and about in Goldsboro. What are some of your favorite things to do? Favorite restaurants?
So actually La Paz over on Spence, I believe.
Yeah.
We go there every Wednesday for the $1 Wednesday.
Nice.
I love Jay's.
Jay's is the best.
And then, Jay's is awesome. And that's really anything I can get to. I'll just, any food that's available, I'll go eat. So,
I hear you.
Yeah.
Anything that I left out you'd like to talk about today?
Ooh, I can't think. I mean, we just want to, thank the community for all I've done for the base. I mean, all the support y'all showed, just having the July 4th celebration last week, like seeing people come on base and just get to enjoy and relax, together, military and civilian.
Yeah.
So, that was just awesome to see. So, we just appreciate all the community's done for the base.
Great. Well, thank you for your service, and we appreciate you coming in and stopping by today.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.